Again from Louisville, Kentucky with a new live stream, December 9th, 2023 at our usual time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the gang here. Sticker
Stop
Kid.
saying gang.
You don't like me to say the gang?
No.
Sticker Girl.
Merry Christmas.
What do you want him to say?
I want to say, hello, it's Mr. STICKERMANIA.
I'm trying to speed it up a little bit.
Mr. Stickers.
You know what you want for Christmas?
No.
No?
How about you start saying, hello, it's me and Stickers. Stickers.
Stickers? Sticker Kid, Sticker Girl?
No. Instead of saying gang, say stickers.
Oh, it's me and all the stickers.
Yes.
Alright. Little stickers. Alright, we're gonna do some unboxing of two packages I got in today.
Can I help you
Which
with one?
one you doing first?
I'll do this.
Alright. I'm gonna hand you the other one when you're ready for it.
Can I help you with one?
No.
No.
These are
We got
very
this
good.
Bruce Spicer book, the rarest book, the first one. The Beatles on VJ Records in today. Haven't opened it up at all.
I have that.
You know, I'm gonna need it for the Beatles monobox. There you go, be careful. Supposed to be in beautiful condition. It's signed by Bruce Spicer. Looks pretty nice. Nice spine. The hardest book to find of all the books because it's the first one Bruce Spicer did. And there's his signature right there on the forward page by Perry Cox. Bruce Spicer. It's not inscribed, it's just Bruce Spicer. It must be one of the early editions. 1999.
Who's Bryce?
He wrote a lot of Beatle books. He's a Beatle expert from New Orleans.
And
this
you
is-
saw him in Chicago.
This is up for sale on my eBay store at $277.
Cheap. $177.
Now the big one that came today. Supposed to be the Beatles and Mono box set from 2014 in perfect condition.
Can I help you with that one?
No. These cost a lot of money, Scott.
I will try to help
Sticker Kid, these cost a lot of money.
you. And you're tearing the box up.
Being real careful.
Wolfie Baby said, "Good evening, Frank and Sticker Kid."
Kids.
How you doing there, Wolfie baby? We sent 2 records out to you today in the mail.
Stop saying
1
this.
yesterday and 2 today. Alright. You know. I'm gonna have to put all this somewhere.
Who said that? Who said that?
Wolfie baby.
Wolfie
We'll use
baby.
that for sure.
Wolfie baby.
Say hi to Wolfie baby. Say Merry Christmas. Beatles and Mono box set 2014. Supposed to be never played. And the book is sealed and let's see if I can pull this out of here.
Being held.
Without tearing up the outer slipcase. There it is. Got the outer slipcase. Looks in perfect condition with no splits. As I remember, you got to turn this upside down to get that slipcase off.
Copy that corner there.
That was not the
I
best
hope
thing.
that didn't break anything.
There we go.
I thought the world collapsed.
Yep, the world collapsed. You got all the albums in resealable bags. You got the book has been opened. 2014 book. I can't show too much of the inside. The Mom Masters, let's see if that's sealed. Yes, the Mono Masters is sealed 3 LP set. And all the albums, starting with Please Please Me. Then With the Beatles, they're all in resealable bags. But they've never been opened. Hard Day's Night. Next one you got Help. Beatles for Sale. We got Rubber Soul. Revolver. Sgt. Pepper. The best way to hear the Sgt. Pepper is a mono. I got an original I'm going to show from the United Kingdom. Magical Mystery Tour. And the White Album. White Album is they were all started with a 9 out of this book. So you gotta put the book in first. Masters, White Album. So I just got that in today. Unboxing, live unboxing. They never did factory seal these in 2014. They're in resealable bags. All right, put this away. All back in. That slipcase, gotta be real careful with that. Let me get that back on there. Upside down. That is the back.
Why did you put it upside down?
That's the only way it comes off. Go just like that. Get all 4 corners and slip it down easy.
STICKERMANIA.
There we go.
I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
Why not just keep the box like this and lid on top and just put it in there?
I just had enough of them. I've had like 25 of them. I know how they open up. They're all the same. They never sealed those albums. They just put them in resealable bags. It came from Germany, pressed in Germany, 2014. One of the best audiophile ways to hear the Beatles catalog. It just doesn't have Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road, or Let It Be in it.
Have you ever asked Cam?
What?
Have you ever asked Cam? Like, has anyone ever sold you something fake or sold you what they were not supposed to sell you?
Yes, that's happened. Is that the question?
No.
No, that's
That's
received.
my
Oh,
question.
yeah, but then eBay's got a 100% guarantee. I put a return on it, and they have to take it back. All right, that's our unboxing. Let's talk about John Lennon for a second. 43rd anniversary was yesterday of his death, and I watched the Strawberry Fields in Central Park, the 23-minute on YouTube where everybody was together, instruments and people singing behind him, and it was pretty emotional. One guy was dressed up, just looked like a John Lennon from the late 1960s. He was from England. He was kind of behind the band, but pretty good. So from John Lennon, we got some albums and some posters I'll show. I don't have too many John Lennons. I got a Live in New York City that's embossed. It was $7.99 to begin with. This is the remastered version of Imagine. Probably John Lennon's best album, unless Plastic Ono Band's right up there. And I got these France picture sleeves of Power to the People. They look pretty strange there, John and Yoko. John's got his big long beard. And we got number 9, Dream. From that Tennessee estate, we have some John Lennon posters to show that I haven't shown yet. When they had all the posters on the table and I took them all. This is one for John Lennon Anthology.
Can you see it all?
Yeah.
Tell me all.
John Lennon's got his strange
Loaded, yeah.
outfit with his, almost looks like an animal there.
Must How does he look like an
Look,
not the
look at his, look at his feet. He's got all these furry things on.
Why?
Oh, that's a strange outfit there.
You just can't see the words on
On the bottom there.
Okay, got a few more John Lennon posters to show. Sorry for reaching around there, sticker kid.
That's
I don't know why
okay.
Sticker Kid you ain't grabbing. You talking about wanting to help him. These are things you could have been helping.
This is one where John Lennon shows John Lennon getting off with the Beatles when they first came to America.
Show the back.
February 7th, 1964. Here's the back of it.
American flag.
But in this picture here, Phil Spector was right behind him. He must not come out of the airplane yet. He tagged along with them on the trip from England to the United States. So Phil Spector was involved with the Beatles from the very first time they came to America.
Great question.
We got a small one for Lennon Anthology coming November 2nd. Got one. 1998. Got one more John Lennon. This one's really rolled up tight.
Mr. Sticker
I have an extra one of these. Probably give it to my buddy Kevin from Kevin Records here in town, Louisville. John or Lennon Legend, the very best of John Lennon. That's a nice picture of John from the, I would say that's the, about 73, about the time of Walls and Bridges. That's my Lennon posters I haven't shown yet.
Is Paul alive?
Is what?
Paul alive?
Paul alive.
No. Then what's that rumor?
Oh,
Oh, the Paul is dead rumor.
yeah, it was an old story from
Paul's
he can explain the one.
Paul's got to be alive because how could they have ever replaced Paul with somebody that wrote Hey Jude and Maybe I'm Amazed and kept the Beatles together? Paul McCartney never died. Just a vicious rumor John Lennon put in the albums to sell more Beatle albums, and it worked.
Mr. Sticky,
Yeah.
may I take my hat off?
Yeah, if you want to take your hat off. But you can turn it backwards.
Did you say Mr. Stinky?
Maybe.
They said Mr. Sticky at first.
We got all these, I haven't shown these yet, all these different versions of the Beatles when they backed up Tony Sheridan. This is the first way it came out, the My Bonnie, Tony Sheridan and the Beat Brothers. This is a reissue from '86. If you had original on this, it'd be worth a small fortune. It's another reissue, Meet the Beatles. And this backdrop here of the Nightline is the same backdrop that was in the Star Club when the Beatles performed most of their performances. The Nightline backdrop. So you can imagine the Beatles on that stage with that backdrop. We got another German version. The Beatles and Tony Sheridan, Cry for a Shadow. One more German from Germany. The Beatles First. They kept reissuing this to death. The Beatles in Hamburg. Another Germany issue, and I think we have one more. This one's called Pop Hits Volume 24, The Beatles versus Tony Sheridan. The rest of these pressings are from different countries. We got the sealed one from England.
You
The
ever bring
Beatles.
Germany?
featuring Tony Sheridan.
What's that?
This is a real audiophile pressing from England of the first album. It's called The Early Years, The Beatles Versus, featuring Tony Sheridan. The Andrew from Polygram Auctions lists this as one of the top 10 audiophile pressings from the Beatles of all time. Because Paul McCartney's bass sounds so great on these recordings. Hardly any compression added. Beatles at their rawest.
Remember, that's on the quiz sticker, kid.
Yeah. We got a Japan version, The Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan. A different cover. It looks like they're in a arcade. The Beatles in Hamburg from New Zealand. Pressing. Couple more. The Beatles and Tony Sheridan. This is from France. All these pressings came from the Crab Orchard, Tennessee estate where the Beatles collector, the late Beatles collector in Florida, tried to obtain Beatle pressings from all over the world. Last one I got here is called, don't know what it's called because it's in a foreign language. The Beatles, and it's from Bulgaria.
Can I try to read it?
Bulgaria. And in my little note he wrote, this is the later version of Sweet Georgia Brown where they mention the Beatles in the lyrics.
Can I try to read the part where you said you can't read?
Yeah, that's right here on top.
That's Spanish.
Bulgaria.
How do you know that?
Because it says on the record label. Oh, that's all my Tony Sheridan pressings.
Sticker girl, give me a handshake.
Any jokes here before I go on? You've been kind of rushing it.
I don't know what joke I gotta think.
Can you give me a couple of them?
How many fingers do I have up?
You have 6.
Where's
That's
the bottle at?
That's your talking. That one's pointing
I
toward
think I
7.
How many fingers do I have?
You got 6.
I said have, not have up.
Oh, okay. You got 10.
You got
All right. Talk about my autographs here in a second. What I have left on my eBay store. This is the 2023 slipcase version of the Beatles Red and Blue albums on black vinyl. Somebody asked me on eBay today, was this the red and blue vinyl or the black vinyl? And I said it was the black vinyl, and I sent him an offer for, I think it was $159. But they repressed these vinyl versions, but the CD version they never repressed, I guess, because the CD version in the slipcase, my son has it right now, it keeps going up in price almost every day. It's up to like $120 value for 2 CDs. Are you yawning over here?
I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
I go refill my water.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, really, he's yelling because he's making too much noise with it.
All right.
Be quiet, please.
We talked about Denny Lane a lot last time. That's the Band on the Run 20th, 50th anniversary edition of poster. And now we're up to where the 50th anniversary edition is coming out this year. It's going to be a 2-album set and a 2 CD. One album's going to be the regular album, and the other album is going to be undubbed version. All the songs before they added all the finishing touches and the mixes. You're making a lot of noise there, Sticker Girl.
I'm sorry. I need to go out there and get some real quick. Because I realized something's on my bag.
Okay, let's keep this moving.
Yeah, slowing it all down, you
I'm
guys.
sorry.
You guys are killing me.
Yeah.
Killing me.
I want to talk about Christmas, but I need all of you guys in the room.
Killing me.
They're going in and out, in and out.
Baby, you should go up next.
From the host.
Too bad.
My butcher cover, I finished up The one I'm going to give away on our New Year's Eve live stream. And there it is. It had already been halfway peeled and they made some tears, but you can see it, none of this on the bottom was peeled and I finished it up. We're going to have a tough question about the butcher cover as a trivia question.
David, a pilgrim, waved. So they said hello.
Who?
David, a pilgrim.
All right, how you doing, David?
I don't know what it is. I haven't seen them before.
You got the goldenrod inner sleeve and the matching East Coast with the small one, mono pressing, complete package. Be giving away New Year's Eve
New Year's Eve.
for our big. We're going to just do it at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're done before the big countdown towards midnight of the new year 2024. Talking about Christmas.
Coming Saturday.
I talked about the Ringo Starr I Want to Be Santa Claus album. It came out a few years ago. It's on my eBay store, and this is up for sale. Got the green vinyl version of Happy Christmas, War's Over by John Lennon. This is a limited edition, like a record store day. And I got the red version of Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney and Wings.
Sticker Kid, what's your favorite Christmas song? You don't got a favorite Christmas song?
One day, can we just have a question there?
Huh?
One day, can we
Like where we just do questions, no showing stuff, just questions.
Okay,
About
we'll
the
talk.
Beatles.
I mean, people gotta come with the questions. They want to do that.
All right, we're gonna talk real rapid fire on the autographs I have left on my eBay store. We'll start from cheapest to the most expensive. We got my Ringo Starr signed in 1990, complete name of the sheet music of You're 16. I sold my Abbey Road Gartland figure that Ringo signed, and I sold my Ringo album that was signed on the inside by Ringo Starr in the last week. So this is the last item from the with a Ringo Starr autograph from the great indie rock and roll auction a couple of weeks ago.
Who's that?
The what?
Who's that? The person you just said.
Ringo Starr. He's a drummer for the Beatles. You're paying attention.
Well, I know who Ringo is, but I didn't know his last name was Starr.
Well, his real name's Starkey, but his stage name was Starr, and so he went with that when he was with the Beatles. He was Ringo Starr. He's Ringo Starr the rest of his life after he joined the Beatles.
I didn't know that.
Oh, we got one more I forgot to show last time from the indie auction, my Hollies autograph. The complete band with the COA from Roger Epperson. If I can get Alan Clark's lined up a little better there. Got Graham Nash, Alan Clark, Bobby Elliott, Tony Hicks, and Eric. And he was only in the band for a while. Eric Haddock. And then this thing in the auction, they didn't say there was an autograph on the back, and we got Freddie from Freddie and the Dreamers is on the back of the scrapbook sheet. That's up for sale on my eBay store, the Hollies. One I missed out on the auction, where I wish I would have got, but it went for $250. It was the Animals complete set of autographs from Animals with Alan Price and Eric Burden. Alan Price wrote House of the Rising Sun, their big hit that took the Beatles off the top of the charts, but they broke up, or Alan Price left the group shortly after that because He didn't want to, he was a pure, he didn't want it when they started doing pop records, so he left the group. So that would have been amazing to have a whole set of Animals autographs with both Eric Burdon and Alan Price. I think I said that wrong. Alan Price. This is Alan Clark. He was in the Hollies.
You still like Olivia?
Who's Olivia?
Yeah, Olivia Rodriguez. Yeah, she sold a bunch on Record Store Day, and she's in the top 10 in England and the United States. She's doing pretty good. This is my $2,200. I think I sent an offer out on a little less than $2,100 to the 12 interested buyers on this. Nobody's bought it yet. My signed May 1967 doctor's receipt says, "Please pay Paul McCartney," a great big unrushed autograph. 2 weeks before Sgt. Pepper was released in the world. It's got a COA from Frank Casio on the back. Three more sets of autographs. Got my Abbey Road. Got 12 interested watchers in this one. My Abbey Road signed by Paul McCartney and Ringo. Ringo with his first name on the bottom. Paul in the clear blue sky, his whole name. And it has a Frank Casio COA. If you want this for Christmas, you better get it for long because it's going to sell. Somebody put up a Abbey Road sign with a Roger Epperson COA today on eBay for the same price, but only has Paul McCartney. It doesn't have Ringo on the bottom. Signed in 2005 when Paul was on tour.
Mr. Stickermania.
Yes.
Scholar.
Mr. Cameraman, keep trying to speak to me in hand language.
Well, can I do these other two autographs?
I want to know what he's trying to say.
Think of a joke.
I can't.
Scholar. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Red. Say Red who?
Red who?
But who?
Red in the Blue album.
Red in the Blue album. That's pretty
I
good.
don't get it.
The Beatles Red and Blue album. They just came out. That poster up there. See the Red and Blue albums?
No.
That's the Beatles when they're young. 1960. Right at the beginning, 1962, and this is them when they were breaking up, 1970. They were only together for 8 years as a recording band. All right, we missed 2 more sets of autographs, the 2 big dogs.
Oh, you're touching the museum stuff.
This is a museum thing, you're right.
You got
Got a set of complete Beatle autographs from 1963. It has a Roger Epperson.
I hope you don't tell him about the scratch.
Oh, okay, thank you. It's got a PSA DNA Roger Epperson COA. You see these guys on Pawn Stars. You see Steve Grad, the guy that doesn't have much hair, kind of like me. And he's always brings out his little, it's like a magnifying gun, and he authenticates autographs. But he's part of this group. This is the real deal. And it's pretty cool. It says, "To Frank, best wishes, John Lennon," on one scrapbook paper, a great big autograph. And it's got George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney on the other side.
Wolfie Baby has a question for you.
Yes.
Wolfie Baby said, "Are the posters you showed each going to be sold individually?"
All the Lennons?
Yes.
I will sell those, unless he's interested in one, I'll probably sell those 3 together.
Unless you're interested.
Wolfie Baby's a good customer of mine. All right, the big set of autographs. I've sent a $21,000 offer to 13 people interested in it. Probably the only unused concert ticket in the world that the Beatles signed both sides of it. Sweden, October 27th, 1963, 3 days before they were on the Swedish drop-in TV show. And the remarkable thing you want to see, talk about how the Beatles practiced 10,000 hours to become number one. Well, they performed 8 hours a night, almost every night in Hamburg for months and months. And then when they were in 1963, it was non-stop touring. They traveled 500 kilometers early this day to get to this circus theater in, it says here with the city, Gothenburg, Sweden. And they performed 3 times, 9 songs each. And this was a ticket for the last show that was at 9 p.m. So you can't tell me that the Beatles didn't earn their way. They weren't a flash in the pan. They were like Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan. They practiced 10,000 hours to become number one.
Did they really?
Did they really? Yes.
Oh.
There's an old saying, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? How do you perform at Carnegie Hall?
The Beatles.
No, what's the answer to the trivia question? How do you get to perform at Carnegie Hall in New York City?
You got to
Practice.
Practice 10,000 hours.
Why did you practice 10,000 hours?
All right, those are all my autographs. That has a Roger Epperson COA. Can I show you a close-up of this? Because I don't think you can see it very good unless I get close.
STICKERMANIA.
Is that pretty good there?
Yeah, that was great.
You got John Lennon right there. You got Paul McCartney on the bottom there. And this was a stub in the original ticket there, and it's never been used. It was never used at a concert. And then on the back, you got George Harrison on the top, Ringo Starr underneath him, and Ringo Starr was considerate to sign both stubs in case it got tore in half. So I'd say that's a one of a kind. A lot of history behind that. That was a big thing in the indie rock and roll auction a couple weeks ago. All right. Any questions? You guys got a joke before I go on?
He wants to play rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors?
No, tell a joke.
Let's play rock, paper, scissors.
You have a joke, sticker girl?
How many times did the penguin walk?
How many? Say it a little louder.
How many times does the penguin walk?
How many times does the penguin walk?
Yeah,
How many times?
he walked too many times.
He walked too many times.
To the Abbey Road.
You walked too many times to the Abbey Road.
Yes.
All right. Don't quite get the joke, but that's
He
okay.
has to go past the road.
He has to go past the road.
Penguins live in an igloo.
Ah.
All right, here's some pressings from around the world. This is Germany. The Beatles, Yeah, 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 A Hard Day's Night. And these both came from Germany. You notice one's got a blue lettering and one's got a purple. But they're both 7,200, but one's on Odeon. They're both just different labels. That's just pretty cool that you got 2 different versions of the same album from Germany.
Them are 7,200.
That one? No,
No.
that's the number that you know you got an audio file pressing 072.
That's how much.
No, it's not 7,200. About $77.
I was gonna say that's kind of expensive.
All right, go rapid fire. Talk about some of these other things. This guy from Florida that collected all these pressings. We got a Beatles Taste of Honey. I listened to this the other day. It sounds pretty good. From Russia. It's got mostly early hits. P.S. I Love You all the way to a lot of tracks from Beatles for Sale. So it's a combination of Please Please Me and Beatles for Sale from Russia.
Beatles make me happy.
I'm scared.
And I can't read that record label either.
I think it says.
M.
I think it says
Men.
menu 2.
No, this is,
Menu.
that's pretty close.
Menu no.
But it has a EMI, so EMI must have had a pressing plant in Russia. But this was, they didn't, for many years it was impossible to get, they didn't want their people to hear the Beatles records, so you had to buy it black market. But this was the first official edition. It might have come out in the 80s.
What does AI mean?
Artificial intelligence.
How did you not know that? You literally just said before you asked that question.
There's some other pressings from around the world.
Because I didn't hear him say that.
We got Past Masters from Brazil. Volume 1, Volume 2, and a gatefold from Brazil. From the 80s. Look at those inner sleeves. That's different. Those must be cassettes, Beatle cassettes, and they're Beatle albums from Brazil.
Mrs. Tinkerbell.
Yes,
Man, do I have permission to go to the bathroom?
yes.
Thank you.
You don't have to come back. You did a good job helping us out.
But he wants me to stay here for an hour, so I'm going to do it. Make sure you can do it.
All right, we got German version of the Essential Beatles. This is a good audiophile pressing. Has their best hits, Love Me Do, all the way up to Let It Be. The Essential Beatles. It goes through their whole from 62 all the way to 70 on one album.
I agree.
And it's on Apple. And this is an Australia pressing, correction. Australia.
I have Apple.
And this is a strange version of Love Songs. I thought I'd figure out where it came from, but it just has like a little paper cover. Came from Bulgaria. This is another one of those pressings that just made out of plain thin cardboard. That is the gatefold cover of Love Songs. And the records, I'm pulling out, see what they look like. They're on a blue label.
Is that a coin?
No.
Well, looks like one of them. I know what you're talking about. One of them flat coins that they push down at the places. Yeah, that's what that looks like. That's probably where they got the idea.
Another version of Rubber Soul that has a different cover. And I can't remember where this is from. Another real thin. Looks like it's Russian. Beatles Rubber Soul. Got different pictures on the back. Those were some strange pressings that I found in that collection. A estate sale from Tennessee. Got a couple things in lately. This only had this for 2 days,
When that come
and it
out.
sold today.
2?
2 days, got 2 days ago. First pressing of Sgt. Pepper from 1967 in the United Kingdom mono pressing. It still cracks when you open it up. Got the flips on the top. Says mono right up there, PMC mono.
How about that?
And it's already sold for $200.
I'll buy it for $300.
And Lennon said this is the way, John Lennon said this is the way to hear Pepper in its true form. You haven't heard Pepper until you heard it in mono.
I agree.
I don't know if he's
That's
asking.
version side 1 and side 2's got a KT there in the middle. It's a a tax code, KT.
Daniel Castillo said the gentleman from California, question mark?
So maybe you're talking about the person that bought that.
What's that?
Was that the person from California that bought that?
Oh, that bought all the other Sgt. Peppers? No. That bought my Nimbus Supercut and a lot of my other versions? No. So it's going out on Monday.
Daniel Castillo, did you buy it?
No, he bought the, they all went out. There were some of the strange pressings I got from all around the world from that Tennessee estate. Just got this today. A completely factory sealed, out of our heads from the mid 60s of the Rolling Stones. How you know you got original? You can see the mono. It's the stereo slick is covered over. The mono's there right on the back, on the bottom. And it has to have that hype sticker for satisfaction. 4 square corners, completely factory sealed. Haven't put that up yet. Haven't even taken pictures of it yet, but I will tomorrow.
I like the yellow submarine.
Mr.
Yeah.
STICKERMANIA.
You want gonna pop some bubbles?
Let's not do that. You already popped your water bottle enough to make enough noise.
Talk about some Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin for a while. That was Rolling Stones. Got this 1969 UK. It's a second pressing of Let It Bleed, the stereo version. And how you know you got a stereo and that blue shows through that little circle. If you had a red in that little circle, you'd have the mono version. How you know this is a second pressing on the inner sleeve? They had to black out somebody that was playing on it. They didn't have permission, and so they blacked out all those inner sleeves. And somebody told me on eBay that's a second pressing. It's got a W3, W4 in the matrix of the dead wax. And it has the original Decca poster inside. It's got the hype sticker on the front saying Rolling Stones poster included, full color.
Can I show them something?
Yeah. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. That is correct. John Lennon.
Mr. STICKERMANIA.
I think that is in one of his songs there in from Double Fantasy.
Great, cool.
That's cool.
Other Rolling Stones albums. Got this Between the Buttons, a mono version with a hype sticker saying Between the Buttons, the Rolling Stones including Ruby Tuesday.
I don't know what that one exactly what Castillo's saying here.
Some Girls with a hype sticker for Miss You. This is the band cover. It's got all the women that got upset. No Farrah Fawcett, Marilyn Monroe were 2 of them. Judy Garland.
It's true.
Got a Angie in the shrink with, or the Rolling Stones goat head soup with a hype sticker for contains the hit Angie.
I don't know what this means, but Daniel Castillo said Rye Cooter is blacked out.
Rye Cooter, thanks, Daniel.
Raccoon.
They didn't have permission to use Rye Cooter. Now I know. Thanks. I'll use that in my listening. I appreciate the fact, the
What's a raccoon?
info.
What's a raccoon?
He was pretty sure he was a famous organ player. Rye Cooter, is he the one that played organ on Bob Dylan's big hit, Like a Rolling Stone?
Answer that, Castillo.
No, that's Al Cooper.
Yeah.
I got it wrong.
He got it wrong.
Got it wrong. I answered my own question. You got a 1971 first pressing of Rolling Stone Sticky Fingers from the United Kingdom. Pretty nice cover, no damage on the top, where there usually is damage. It's got a real nice pressing of Sticky Fingers on there. I haven't sold that yet. I sent some offers for $177 on that. It's in excellent condition. The ultimate way to hear wild horses is on this Doug Sachs. He cut this album in Germany and England. So it's a little different mix than the United States.
Why did he cut it?
That means a mastering engineer that cut it from the original master tapes.
Why can't strings ever win a race?
Okay, we didn't talk about the
Is that your
Led
joke?
Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Alright, tell
Why
me your
are
joke.
strings not? Why can't strings win the race?
Why can't strings win the race?
Because he always tie.
Because they always tie. That's a good one. That's the best joke yet. Now if you could only project a little more.
Stop. No more.
Alright, Led Zeppelin pressings. You got Led Zeppelin 1 from 1969 in the shrink. Real nice. With the original 1969 Atco Atlantic inner sleeve. This is the inner sleeve you also want for Led Zeppelin 2. Got a Led Zeppelin 2, but I'm still searching to get a real nice hot mix, but the price keeps going up on it. To find one in excellent condition now is close to $1,500. That's a beautiful cover I have when I find a real nice record to go with it. But by the time I invest all that, I'd have to sell it for $2,000. I've never sold a Led Zeppelin for $2,000, but I know Tom Port has from Better Records several times.
I haven't either.
You got Led Zeppelin 4. I don't have a Led Zeppelin 3 right now. This has got the first pressing 7208 hype sticker for Stairway to Heaven on the front and the titles on the back. This was $4.98 in the stores. And the other day when I got my Beatles record player back, the store had some albums and they had for $17, the cover's not perfect, but the record is in excellent condition. One with Porky and Pecco Duck in the dead wax. And I played this on my Thorns 320 turntable, TD 320 turntable, and it sounds unbelievable. The ultimate way to hear Led Zeppelin 4. So I'm going to put that record with this cover and put it up for sale.
Here comes the sun.
Physical graffiti in the shrink with the hype sticker. This is a second pressing, later pressing from '78 that the, I'll pull the records out, but you can tell by the indentation of the record label it's a later pressing. And we got a sealed in the paper bag of In Through the Outdoor from 1976. All right, I showed Led Zeppelin, I showed the Rolling Stones, plenty of Beatles, talked about John Lennon, didn't talk too much about Denny Lane today. Any questions about, I told the story how Denny Lane is pretty sloshed on wine here and he's about ready to collapse to the ground during the Band on the Run
I got a question.
cover shot.
I got a question.
Little
Yes.
one.
I got a question.
Yes, what's your question?
Why is he about to collapse?
He was drunk on wine.
Why?
And sometimes when you get drunk on wine, you can hardly stand up, and you can tell he's just barely hanging on there. And right after this photo was taken, he hit the ground.
That's fine.
All right, we talked about all the biggies, talked about the butcher cover. And I think if we don't have any more questions, we're going to wrap this up as until next time.
Until
Can I
next
do a
Wednesday.
celebration?
Show this frame here. Had some
Thank you,
questions
Cal.
on this. This came from the Tennessee estate I sold the Lennon white glasses that was signed by Klaus Vorman, went out yesterday. And I've had a couple offers on this. It's up for, I've sent offers for this for like $139. It's got the Beatles Anthology 1 cardboard display over the sheet music for Free as a Bird. Featuring Free as a Bird, the first new Beatles song in 25 years. It's in a professional frame.
I hope you don't drop
I know where I got the other one.
it.
Do you do family friend discounts?
Alright. Anything else to add? Sticker girl, sticker kid before we wrap this up?
I do a popping so.
Yeah, let's do it real good. I think you already popped them all.
Oh yeah, great popping, buddy.
Great popping.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Daniel Castillo asked, do you have the bag Lennon used to travel with? It's on the poster. Do you have it?
The bag that he traveled with.
Yeah, he said the bag Lennon used to travel with.
It's on the poster. No. Oh, you mean the Coming to America? This one here? Oh no, I don't have the one where they turn the BEA into the Beatles, that travel bag. I've seen it on
He
eBay
said
a couple times. British European Airways. That would be pretty nice to have.
Indeed.
They did that with some of the planes too, where the BEA was on the planes and it almost looked like the Beatles' official jet that took them to America. But when they first arrived in America and they were flying over New York, they were looking out the windows and they just couldn't believe they were coming to America. And then when they arrived at the airport, they just couldn't believe all the people that were there, the thousands of girls and guys that were there. And they thought it was for a president or something, and they couldn't understand it. And then they realized it was for them.
The Beatles.
No
are
turning
not-
back.
The Beatles are not American. And
Yeah.
there's two things.
The Beatles were from England. Liverpool, England. Are we
Okay.
done with questions?
Daniel Castillo said a couple from Homestown. One's on.
Owns one, and I think the BOC bag is in a museum. I'm sure it is, the one that John Lennon had. Okay.
Can I finish popping?
Yeah,
No,
we
we're
finished
done.
up. Here we go. We're done for this week, and we may have one next Wednesday. Depends what happens there.
We'll
What I
see.
get in. Thanks a lot for Woofy Baby and Daniel for all the questions, and a couple of you others that asked questions. Till next time, from Louisville, Kentucky. Everybody say Merry Christmas and goodbye.
Merry Christmas.
That was great. All right, see you later.